Hello. So literally at the time I'm making this video, I just got back home to New York. I was in Iceland for 3 weeks and it's been about like 2 weeks now that I'm home. And honestly, I am still on a traveler's high from this vacation. Honestly, like, I'm so thankful that I got to go, and I would recommend it to everyone. Iceland is gorgeous, with the capital gorge, okay? So here are about 7 things that I feel as though everyone should know just right off the bat going to Iceland. So number 1, Icelanders are extremely friendly, okay? When I tell you that I literally would be like anywhere on a hike on a casual day, like without fail, like just the locals, you know, they would just out of their way like say hello, always had a smile, they're extremely friendly towards like outsiders, whoever, like just in passing, extremely friendly people, and I really appreciated that. The second thing, a lot of people would agree with me on this one, and also other people pointed out to me as well, that Iceland feels more like an extension of the United States rather than Europe.
But it really feels more like an American city. That's because it's so young. Remember that there weren't really any cities or towns in Iceland until the late 19th century. Reykjavik is younger than a lot of American cities, which means a very predictable grid plan. You're not going to find a cutesy, cobbled, half-timbered old town where it's impossible to drive.
3, American culture equals pop culture. I really realized this for like the first time. This is like my second time traveling, but I just didn't know how much of a reach American culture has on other cultures. Like, and for such a small and isolated country like Iceland, I was just so surprised that literally like wherever you go, like cafes, shops, bars, clubs, there's always like American music playing, like a lot more than you would probably hear like Icelandic music, honestly. Number 4, Iceland is a mostly walkable country. I'm gonna just go out there and say it all, okay? That's a big statement, but I would say it's mostly walkable. Like, honestly, no matter where you want it to go, like you can Google map it, like you can get there, okay? A car could probably get there in like 30 minutes. You could probably get there in 7 days, because you'll be hiking mountains and all these kind of valleys and terrains, but I mean, you're gonna get there. So it's a very walkable country, which I appreciate. Walkable, bikeable, carable, everyable thing, okay? And also the city as well, the capital city, Reykjavik, is extremely pedestrian friendly, which is something I loved, okay? And I feel like they deserve so much accolades for that, okay? I just used that word because yes, I'm impressed. My other thing to know, Iceland is extremely expensive, okay? I thought that I watched every YouTube video out there, and I swear that they told me the same thing. This country is expensive as hell, the city is expensive as hell. I did not really believe it, because I'm like, you know, I'm from New York, like, you know, I'm invincible when it comes to prices. Like, I've been to like one other Nordic country, Denmark, and I'm just like, you know, there is no way that like Iceland is really that expensive. But honestly, it's expensive. It's expensive. You could at me on that one. It's expensive. Like, seriously, like the cheapest thing that you might buy is like a bottle of water, and then like the second cheapest thing after that just might be like a keychain. Like, it's seriously, like, prices are insane. Don't even get me started on accommodations and like car rentals, buses, like it all adds up. So there are very much like more, like, there's cheap ways to travel, there's budget ways to travel, which is something that I did, and maybe I'll share my tips, let's see. But it's expensive, and I would prepare for that, and I would not doubt people when they say that. Another thing to know, there are tourist traps everywhere. Like, honestly, I'd be wary of museums, like, I don't know, cafes, or literally whatever that tries to like brand themselves as selling you the Icelandic experience. Because I mean, think about it, in any culture, in any place, like, you can often find whatever is branded as that culture within the culture, you know, just by looking around, like things like the aurora, Like you can literally look up and find it, you know, like and do your research and you'll find it. Things like whale watching or like seal watching or like the puffin watching. Like these are things that if you just look into it, you'll find it. You do not need to spend $100 on a day tour, you know. So I would just be like wary of tourist traps and just like finding more efficient ways to save your money, also travel and create experiences that do not have to revolve around giving the tourism industry more money than they already have. My last tip is food may be a bit bland at times, okay? Do not take this is an understatement, okay? Honestly, I'm gonna just go out and say it. I don't know why I expected Europe as a continent to come through on making my taste buds jump with joy. You know, like when they the same people that outsource for the spices. Like, come on, sis. Like think outside this narrow box that you created for yourself. Honestly, I would highly recommend like local, authentic, like homemade Icelandic dishes. Like they are, I'm telling you, when like people can perfect a dish, they can perfect a dish. Like I had some lamb soup, aka Icelandic meat soup. Someone told me to like just say that, and they're local. So I had that, and that was hands down like the bomb diggity. Like it was delicious also, bro. Leka, which is like the Danish way. I don't know how to say it in Icelandic. Yeah, other than that, like I legit traveled around with like this little spice thing, like this little container that I filled with some spices, like, you know, the basics, and it just saved me time and money, honestly, because I literally ended up coming back from the trip with like an empty container. Like that's how much I needed it on the trip. So I would highly recommend that if you are someone that loves when your food is just well seasoned, come through for yourself on this one, okay? And other than that, there's Wi-Fi everywhere. Like you don't even need a SIM card. And like these are all my like random little tips and things that I realized that people should really know when going to Iceland. Other than that, peace.